السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ. ربی اشرح لی صدری ویسر لی امری واحلل عقدۃ من لسانی یفقہوا قولی. Today I am here to present you about the basics about Punjab Public Service Commission interview. Whenever you are appearing in some interview, keep in mind the point which I am going to explore so that you may get success in your interview. I am Dr. Mohammad Salim Iqbal, Assistant Professor Surgery, Faisalabad Medical University, Faisalabad. I am certified medical teacher. First of all, I will make you realize that the people need to realize that it's not time they lack, but the ability to manage it effectively. Everyone has the same 24 hours, and those who achieve greatness simply know how to make the most of that time. Next, why we are going to organize this sort of orientation session. My question from the audience is, does everyone have equal opportunities to get selected via Punjab Public Service Commission? You may have many things in your mind that everyone does not have equal opportunity to get selected via Punjab Public Service Commission interview. But let me explore. I will try to explain the things in my slides that it is not true. Next question from audience is, luck matters only or personal factors are mandatory? I asked the question from my live session. Many of the candidates were on the view that luck matters only. Few were having views that both luck and hard work equally matters. Someone having the views that only hard work matters. So what I suggest, chance favors the trained mind. I believe in that. So next question in the mind of audience will be, only panel expert matters or some other factors are important? My opinion in this regard is, other factors are important, which I am going to elaborate in next slides. Panel does not matters, because many a times we have faced and appear in the interviews to our non-faculty members, but we fail to get selected. In response to other views, we appear in front of the panelists who are not known to us, and we get selected. And I have example of appearing in 6 interviews to Punjab Public Service Commission. First interview in 2011 and was selected as a medical officer from Lahore, and it was my very first interview in Punjab Public Service Commission. Second interview, I appeared for senior registrar in Faisalabad in my own city. Again, third interview, I appeared for assistant professor in my own city, and fourth interview, senior registrar in my own city. And in these interviews, I was not selected. Next, I appeared in 2023 in senior registrar interview in Lahore and was selected there. And again, I appeared for the post of assistant professor of surgery in Lahore on recommendation or advice of my wife, and I was again selected in my first interview in Lahore as assistant professor of surgery. Previously, I gave the same interview in my city. So multiple factors are important, not only the panel experts are important. So I asked the question from the audience, do you think that the money matters a lot in interviews? I do not think so. And what about sifarish? Definitely we have a culture, we are born in a society where there may be some sort of influence, but what I believe in my whole of the career and my experience for appearing in interviews, that it matters for maybe 10%, 15%, or maybe 20%. 80%, what I think I may be wrong, 80% are selected on their own efforts, on their own knowledge, on their own skills. So believe on Almighty Allah and appear in your interview dedicatedly and with hard work. So let's explore the areas which we are going to discuss today. 4 A's of success are very much important, and what I will suggest to my audience, that in interviews the interviewer assess your achievements, your awareness, your activity, mean your performance, and your attitudes. We are supposed to focus on 4 things. Most of us try to focus on one thing only, awareness, that is knowledge. No, only knowledge does not matter in interview. We are supposed to have a good CV in the form of achievements, and we are supposed to have a good background knowledge. We are supposed to perform well, and our body language and attitude must be very much appreciable in a way and presentable that the person who are examining us are really impressed from us. So the interview assesses skills and personality. Improving both is essential for a high score. Tips to prepare well for interview. Briefly I will elaborate them. Get all the details. Watch mocks. देखें. These are easily available on YouTube, on Facebook pages. Current affairs. Any person who is appearing in interview must be well aware of what is going on in our country, in whole of the world. So current affairs must be known to the interviewers. Then communication skills. Everyone who want to achieve a good score in careers must be well trained in communication skills, and the communication skills are not learned in few hours or days, and we must practice in our daily life so we can present it naturally. Next is problem solving skill. Sometimes we face difficult questions in interviews, so we must have tricks and techniques to manage such questions. Then analyzing capability, we must work on it. What the examiner or interviewer is going to ask from us. Most of the candidates fail to pass in interviews because they are unable to assess what the examiner is asking from them. Then take help from mentors. This is a very important point. We usually do not discuss before our exams with our seniors, with our colleagues, and I will advise to audience that you must take help from mentors. It helps a lot, and it make you strong, and it alleviates and relieves your try to relieve your anxiety and stress, and it will bring up your confidence. So try to take help from mentors. Practice with friends. Make a circle of colleagues who are appearing in the same interview, and practice with your friends. Develop confidence. And how you can develop confidence? You must practice yourself. Try to develop a good introductory lines for you. Try to highlight your achievements, and I will explain further in coming slides. Then stay positive. Even if you are unable to answer any question, you are supposed to have a good smile on your face. Do not be panic, and take some mock. And if you are have good colleagues around you, try to ask them that they must have take your exam. They must have a good mock exams for you. So first impression is based on spoken words 7%, tone of voice 38%, and body language 55%. Recently I have experienced as an observer for some interviews, and I was very much astonished that there was some very good candidates, but their tone of voice was very low. The interviewers were unable to listen them properly, so it creates a very bad impression. And body language, sometimes is very much disturbing. So we are supposed to work on three things: body language, tone of voice, and spoken words. Up to 95% of most messages are communicated non-verbally. Please remember that. Interview body language. We are supposed to have a good body language while appearing in interviews. We are supposed to maintain a good posture that shows our high confidence. Then we are supposed to make eye-to-eye contact with the interviewers. Our facial expressions must be very much good. We must have a beautiful smile on our face. Then hand gestures and tone of voice. Regarding dress, dress should be very much neat and clean, and it must have a good matching. And your posture, this slide describes, you are supposed to sit in front of your interviewers. Sitting posture conveys confidence. Good eye contact conveys confidence and sincerity. Good eye contact lets others know that you are interested in conversation. And please do not point out with your fingers. Your hand posture must be reasonable. Avoid crossing your arms. Do not put your hands in your pockets and leave arms open at your sides. Things that one should avoid in interview: do not overwhelm with facts, do not be defensive, don't memorize monologues, don't ignore non-verbal communications, don't disregard current affairs, don't be overconfident, and don't be panic. General tips recommended for interviews: research your subject before interview. Practice interview questions, possibly with a friend. Strong English skills are essential. Reflect on your education, training, and experience. Identify the skills and talents that make you a great employee. Read general books and newspaper. Gather all necessary documents. Learn from past interview mistakes. Your dressings and appearance: wear neat, pressed, clean, and preferably new clothes. Choose polished shoes and maintain a well-groomed hairstyle. Keep fingernails clean and trimmed. Empty pockets to avoid noise. Leave out gums, candy, and cigarettes. Allow an extra 30 minutes on interview morning to prepare your appearance. Show interest in what the interviewer is saying by nodding your head and leaning towards him or her occasionally. Respond positively to negative questions. Sometimes we are unable to answer some question, so we are not supposed to be in a very arrogant phase. We are supposed to respond positively to the interviewers. Then maintain eye contact and smile during interview. Be polite and try to relax. Admit when you are unsure. Provide accurate information and listen carefully. Ask for clarification if needed. Sometimes candidate is unable to understand what examiner wants to ask. So if such situation arises, you may ask to interviewers that, "Sir, please repeat the question. I am unable to understand." Please provide accurate information and listen carefully. Ask for clarification if needed. Answer in the same language used in question, but usually our medium is English, so try to answer in English, please. Avoid being overly confident. Make positive statements. Some questions. How will you introduce yourself? Introduce yourself with friendly speech, including personal information, education, past and present experiences, life, career objectives, and why you are here. This is the main component and opening sentence in almost every interview where you are appearing. So I will request the audience that you must prepare it well, make a good introduction of you, practice it again and again, and try to highlight your achievements. Have you researched the position for which you are being interviewed? Before appearing in interview, you are supposed to have a look on the job description, and then why do you consider yourself the most suitable person for this role? You have to prove in interview that you are the most suitable person for this position. Sometimes the interviewers directly ask from you that why you are suitable for this job. So you must be ready to answer this question. Why do you believe you can perform the job effectively? What qualification do you have for this position? Are you familiar with the job responsibilities? Closing. Thanks the interviewers for their time. Say salam when leaving the chair. Sometimes we may not perform well in the interviews. Even then, I will suggest the viewers that you are supposed to have a good body language. You are supposed to say thanks to interviewers for their valuable time, and please say salam when leaving the chair, so they may have good views about you. Again, repetition, a brief self-description. What are your strengths and weaknesses? You are supposed to write it on a page and then practice it again and again. Why do you want to work here, or why do you want to get job, and where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years? You are supposed to make a plan in your mind. And what accomplishments are you most proud of? Describe a mistake you made, and what is your dream job? Discuss your resume and education. Educational background, how you handled a difficult situation, why should we hire you, your biggest failure in life, what motivates you. These are most common interview questions which are asked usually in interviews for any sort of job. So everyone appearing in interview must have answer for these questions, please. Then your mentor, why you are impressed from him or her, and what was the reason to choose your career, and your career goals and hobbies. You are a leader or follower. What makes you uncomfortable, and what is your leadership experience. And remember one thing, hard work, discipline and dedication are key to success. اور ساتھ ہی ایک بات اور یاد رکھیں, اپنے کولیگس کے لیے میں کہوں گا, ایک دفعہ آقا صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم ایک نوجوان کے ساتھ سفر کر رہے تھے, تو آپ نے فرمایا اگر دنیا کی سب طاقتیں, انسان اور ساری مخلوق اکٹھی ہو جائیں اور کسی کو فائدہ پہنچانا چاہیں, نہیں پہنچا سکتے اگر اللہ رب العزت نہ چاہیں. اور اسی طرح آپ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم نے فرمایا کہ اگر دنیا کی ساری طاقتیں اکٹھی ہو جائیں اور کسی کو نقصان پہنچانا چاہیں, نہیں پہنچا سکتی اگر اللہ رب العزت نہ چاہے. تو میری سب آڈینس سے درخواست ہے کہ اللہ کے حضور دعا کرنی ہے, کیونکہ ہوتا وہی ہے جو منظور خدا ہوتا ہے. تو اس لیے کانفیڈنس کے ساتھ اور اپنے اوپر کانفیڈنس بلڈ کریں اور اللہ کی ذات پہ یقین رکھیں, اور اس یقین کے ساتھ آپ انٹرویو میں اپیئر ہوں. انشاءاللہ اللہ رب العزت آپ کو ضرور کامیابی سے نوازیں گے. اور یہ علامہ اقبال کا شعر بھی یاد رکھیں, تو شاہی ہے پرواز ہے کام تیرا, تیرے سامنے آسماں اور بھی ہیں. Thank you very much. I hope so this effort will be very much helpful for you. If you have any sort of question, you can contact me, and wish you best of luck. Thank you. Stay blessed. Allah Hafiz.